Hi everyone, my name is Jessica Lee and I'm here today from Trent University to share with you about our university and the options for you to study in Canada. Today I will be talking about the undergraduate programs that we offer, including our Trent ESL program and also some postgraduate certificates that you could also explore at Trent University. So for now, I would love to start off with a video about Trent University, so let's check it out. Passing it over to you, Lisa. Hi, everyone.
Your microphone is closed, Jessica.
Oh, yes. Okay, thank you very much for sharing the video. And with that, I would love to start with the Trent presentation. If you have any questions at any point, I do encourage you to use the questions section to type in your questions, and that way I'll be able to answer your questions at the end of the presentation. So without further ado, let's start learning about Trent University. So I went to Trent University and I completed my Bachelor of Science in Psychology with a minor in Business Administration. I love my experience so much that I ended up staying at Trent University to work, and afterwards I also studied my Master of Education at Trent as well. So before we move further on, one of the things that I would like to do is to just acknowledge where we're at, which is on the traditional territory of the Mississauga Anishinaabe people. So in Canada, Indigenous acknowledgement is something that we do to acknowledge the land that we are on and to also remember where we're from, where we're at, and where we're headed to as well. Now, Trent University, I am such a proud alumna of the university, and for good reasons. We are the #1 undergraduate university in Ontario, and we have been #1 for 10 years in a row. We're also #1 in scholarships and bursaries in our category, and we have been #1 for 20 years in a row. And what this means is that we invest in students to help them excel in their studies and support them financially. We're also one of Canada's top undergraduate research universities, and what this means for you is that our professors are actively involved in research, and students have the opportunity to participate in research starting in the first year. And should they decide that they want to do their own research, they can do it as soon as 4th year, even before they head on to do their master's programs at Trent or at a different institution. In addition, 95% of our students are happy that they chose Trent. And the same amount of students have mentioned to us that they're also satisfied with the overall quality of education that they have received from Trent. We are a leader in student satisfaction. So if you're wondering, what is it about the Trent experience that has set us apart from a lot of other universities? Well, I have a few theories that I'm happy to share with you. And the first will be the classroom experience. At Trent, learning is key and questioning is crucial. And what this means for you as a student is that we encourage an active form of learning where your professors are asking you questions and you're asking your professor's question. So it's a very interactive and collaborative way of learning. In addition to that, our class sizes are small with an average student to faculty ratio of 20:1. So what this means for you is that you will be able to get the attention that you need from your professors who know you by name, who would know what you're interested in. Your professors would also be able to help you and guide you to excel in your studies as well. And in addition to that, education at Trent is personal because you are the one in charge of your education. You get to shape your degree according to your career interest. For example, I mentioned that I did a degree in psychology and a minor in business. So I combined the two different areas because I was interested in working with people. I was also interested in management. So within business, I focus on human resource management as well. So with that, I was able to tie the two different areas and apply what I have learned into what I'm doing right now. Education at Trent is also purposeful because what you learn would have the potential to make a difference in the world. And education at Trent is transformative. You are forever changed by your Trent experience. You graduate with a clearer sense of who you are and the types of gifts that you have to contribute to the world. Now let's delve into the academic programs that we offer at Trent University. We offer a range of programs from humanities, sciences, social sciences, as well as professional programs. And I'm going to highlight some programs that are popular with international students to you throughout this presentation. One of the programs that is popular would be our forensic science program, where students are able to work in our crime scene house. Students are able to also work in our forensics facility, and students are also able to do placements with the police department as well. We also offer law and arts or law and business program, where students are able to gain a Bachelor of Arts or a Bachelor of Business together with a law degree, all within 6 years. We also offer a journalism program, psychology, kinesiology, medical professional stream, nursing, chemical engineering dual degree, where it's a dual degree with Swansea University. Students come to Trent for 2 years, rotate to Swansea for the next 2 years, and within 4 years, they're able to gain education experience in 2 different countries. Sustainable agriculture and food systems, biomedical science, biology, biochemistry and molecular biology, international political economy, and so much more. We have over 100 programs for you to choose from, which would include courses like computer science, a specialization in data analytics, a degree in logistics and supply chain management, a degree perhaps in international development studies or history or ancient Greek and Roman studies. And with that, the options and the choices belong to you. But of course, when a lot of students are thinking about studying at Trent, they may also want to consider studying in one of our prestigious schools of study, where within the School of the Environment, students are able to study environmental studies and environmental geoscience, or if they're interested in going into a combination of environmental science and studies, they're able to do that too. And they can study in the School of the Environment from their bachelor's all the way to the PhD programs. Within our School of Business, students are able to pursue a Bachelor of Business Administration with specializations in 9 different areas that would range from accounting to marketing to finance to human resource management to entrepreneurship. Perhaps you're interested in starting your own business. Or for students who are looking for graduate programs, we also do offer a master's in management and a master's in financial analytics. And for students who are looking for postgraduate certificates, we do offer 1-year postgraduate certificates in marketing and entrepreneurship or human resource management. We also offer programs within our School of Nursing, where you're able to come to Trent to study your bachelor's in nursing to be a registered nurse in Canada, or you're also able to pursue your master's in nursing, the School for Indigenous Studies, the School of Education, where we prepare teachers of tomorrow. You could study in our Bachelor of Education program, or if you're like me and you're interested in learning more about the field of education, you could also study in the Masters of Education program at Trent, the School for the Study of Canada, and more. Now, if you are having a hard time trying to decide on which program to study at your bachelor's level, I have great news for you. You can combine your interests. So if you're interested in combining computing systems with philosophy, perhaps, or if you're interested in combining media studies with a degree in sociology, you're more than welcome to do joint majors at Trent University, and the combinations are pretty endless. We also do have a Trent ESL program where it is an excellent English preparation program for you to gain the English skills that you would need to succeed in university. Through the Trent ESL program, we also do grant conditional admission pathway into our undergraduate programs. So for example, if you may not have the English requirements to study in the undergraduate programs right away, that's okay. Come and study in the Trent ESL program, and you can then transition on into your undergraduate programs. There are 5 levels with our Trent ESL program, and in levels 4 and 5, which are the upper levels, we focus a lot on academic skills building, preparing you for university. And in those levels, you're also able to take 1 or 2 academic courses or undergraduate courses so that it will help you with your transition to your bachelor's degree. We also do a placement test upon arrival to determine which level of English level that you're going to be in. We also provide a lot of support to our students who are studying in the Trent ESL program. Or if you're looking for a short-term English program, we also do offer summer programs that you could consider joining us for. Now, here we have Professor Hugh Hodges, who is one of my most favorite professors at Trent University. And what Professor Hugh Hodges is saying is that from the outside, we may seem like a smaller size institution just because of our population. But from the inside, we are enormous, and we offer all of the amenities that a large institution would offer as well. And in that regards, we are able to offer you the best of both worlds. Personalized learning environment with all the amenities of a large institution. And in that way, our professors are also able to show you what you're capable of and how brilliant you are as an individual. Now, a lot of universities talk about hands-on learning and real-world experience, but at Trent University, we live that experience daily. And that is why we guarantee that no matter which program that you're in, you're able to gain experiential learning opportunities through internships, co-op, community-based education, placements, and more. So for example, with our business program, students are able to do internships. With the computer science program or conservation biology program, students can do co-op. With our nursing or education or social work program, students will do placements. With our environmental studies program, students will do community-based education. So different programs will structure it differently, but the idea is that you're still graduating with a university degree plus a career-related work experience. And on top of that, if you're thinking of studying abroad in addition to studying in Canada, you're also able to do that in over 35 countries. Let's now check out where Trent University is located. I've spoken a lot about our programs, but you must be wondering, where is Trent located in Canada? So we're located in the province of Ontario. And if you look into the southern part of Ontario, you will see on the top right, which is Ottawa, and Ottawa is the capital of Canada. And on the bottom left, you will see Toronto. And Toronto is the capital of Ontario. And as you can tell, Trent University is ideally located between the 2 capitals. We have 2 campuses for you to choose from, the Peterborough campus and the Durham Greater Toronto Area campus. Now let's dive into the Durham Greater Toronto Area campus. The Durham Greater Toronto Area campus is part of the Greater Toronto Area. And at this campus, there are approximately 2,000 students studying at this campus itself. It's very accessible for students. And if you're thinking about being in a more urban setting in a bigger city, perhaps this campus could be the right fit for you. At the Durham GTA campus, we offer programs in business, social work, child and youth studies, communications, journalism, programs focusing more on the humanities and social sciences, as well as business. And for students who are thinking of doing their master's, we do offer the Master of Management program at the Durham campus itself. The Durham campus is expanding, and we're so pleased to let you know that as of September of this year, we opened a brand new residence and academic building. And in this building, you will find single and double residence rooms. You'll also find faculty spaces, offices for faculty, as well as classrooms, as well as student spaces as well. So it's a very exciting time to be a part of the Durham Greater Toronto Area campus. And for students who are thinking perhaps they may have family members living in Toronto and they want to commute to Trent University, perhaps this could be the campus for you to consider, because I mentioned before that it's very accessible for you to get to the Durham GTA campus. Now moving on to the Peterborough campus, I studied at this campus, and I'm a little bit biased when I say that it's one of the most gorgeous campuses that I've ever been to across Canada. I am also based at the Peterborough campus, and at this campus, you will find approximately 9,000 students who are studying in the Trent ESL program or bachelor's program, postgraduate certificate programs, master's, as well as PhD programs. So a range of all of the programs. The Peterborough campus is approximately an hour and a half east from Toronto itself. And we also offer 10 buses departing from the Peterborough campus that will bring you right to downtown Toronto itself. In addition to that, the Peterborough campus is also located a 10-minute drive from downtown Peterborough. Downtown Peterborough is an exciting place to be, where you have a range of restaurants that you could go to. There are lots of different things that you could do. We have a vibrant music scene, and the city of Peterborough also has the tallest hydraulic lift lock in the whole entire world. And the city of Peterborough is also a welcoming city. And in fact, you will find the same sense of community at both the Peterborough and the Durham campus, where you'll find students are welcome into the campus, and students also feel a sense of belonging from the very first moment that they step foot on campus. And one of the ways that we build that sense of community is through our college system. And the idea behind the college system is to create neighborhoods within a city. Or if you think about, for example, in certain schools, in high schools, you may have a house like A house, B house, C house, or red house, green house. The idea is to divide students into smaller communities within the larger Trent community. And at Trent in Peterborough, there are 5 colleges that you could choose from. And each of the colleges will have different traditions, different activities, different colored scarves as well that you could wear. And there is a strong sense of college spirit and pride. When you come to Trent, you get to pick the college that you want to be affiliated with, and it is a lifelong affiliation too. And if you're interested in living in residence, you're also able to live in the college of your choice. So here we have a snapshot of a single room residence in Lady Eden College. So our residence could literally be your home away from home. We offer single, double, and triple room options in traditional dorm styles, as well as apartment styles for you to choose from. Residence is guaranteed to all incoming students as long as you apply by the deadline. In addition to that, we also offer a room self-selection feature where you're able to select the exact room that you want to be in even before you arrive on campus. Laundry, internet, and a meal plan are all included within the cost of your residence too. And our meal plan is flexible. So if you're thinking that you are downtown in Peterborough, and you may want to grab a meal at one of the restaurants, you could use your meal plan at the restaurants in downtown Peterborough. Or if you're thinking that, oh, by the end of the year, I still have dining credits, what do I do? What you could do is to carry forward those dining credits to the following year. And that way you could perhaps grab Starbucks in your second year on the way to class, or when you're hanging out with your friends on campus itself. So our meal plan is flexible. And we offer a range of different food options, including halal options and kosher options. And if you do have any allergies, please let us know, and we would be able to accommodate the allergies as well. You know, we always encourage students to keep active, because an active body and mind will encourage you to also be able to study, or will allow you to be able to study. So one of the ways that our students are able to keep active is through our amazing state-of-the-art athletics facility, where we offer an amazing gymnasium for you. We also have a cardio loft with running machines or cardio machines that you could use. We also have a range of other weight machines, a wall climbing facility. We have a swimming pool, an indoor rowing tank. And the indoor rowing tank is also because Trent University is one of the 5 training hubs for future Team Canada Olympians when it comes to rowing. So yes, you heard that right. We train future Olympians to represent in Canada Olympics for rowing. And we also do have varsity sports if you're interested in playing for varsity sports. We offer varsity sports where you can compete and play against other universities. And some of the more popular varsity sports that our international students have joined us for would include soccer, track and field, and volleyball. Now we also have a gorgeous student center where this is a hub for students to hang out. At the Student Center, you will also find the Trent Central Student Association, which is the main student governance for Trent University. We also have a lot of student activities and events happening at the Student Center itself. And in addition to that, we have the Career Center located right at the Student Center. Now, the Career Center is there for you as a resource if you're looking for assistance to apply for jobs. They're able to guide you. Even as an international student, you're allowed to work part-time for up to 20 hours as long as you're studying full-time. And while you're having breaks, you're allowed to work up to 40 hours a week. So a lot of students do work to gain Canadian work experience and also to fund their education. So the Career Center is there to guide you on how to write your resume or your cover letter, or how to prep for an interview. They're also there to provide mentorship between alumni and students. They also organize career fairs for students as well. So lots of activities are being done to support our students and to prepare them for their careers. In addition to that, this is also one of my most favorite spots on campus, which is our library. At our library, we have personal, quiet study spaces for you. We also have collaborative rooms that you could use to do group works with your friends. We also offer computer labs, a makerspace, and so much more. Now, one of the things that a lot of students realize by the end of their academic journey at Trent is that they become a part of Trent, and Trent becomes a part of them. And speaking of coming towards the end of the academic journey, did you know that 90% of our graduates are employed within 6 months after graduation, and many more move on to pursue their master's or PhD, or head on to professional schools like medical school, law school, education teachers college, or more? So Trent University prepares students for careers. And speaking of different careers, I would love to highlight some of the places that you could work at after the slide. So let's just quickly recap on some of the reasons on why you should consider studying at Trent. We are a leader in student satisfaction. We're also #1 for scholarships and bursaries. We're the #1 undergraduate university in Ontario, and we have been for 10 years in a row. We're one of Canada's top research universities. And finally, our graduates get careers. Here are some of the places where our graduates are working at. Perhaps you could be working with one of these companies after you graduate from Trent. So what do you need to begin your journey? If you are in high school right now, or you have just recently completed high school, we're looking for your high school diploma with a minimum average of 70% for admission into most programs. However, it's also important to keep in mind that there are some programs that would require a higher admission average, and there are some programs that would also require subject prerequisites. So I encourage you to get in touch with me so that way I can tell you the specific admission requirements that you would need to get into our bachelor's program based on what program you're interested in. We're also looking for proof of English proficiency, such as IELTS, with an average score of 6.5 and no band below 6.0. We're looking for TOEFL with a total score of 86, CALE at 60, PTE at 59, or Duolingo at 115. If you are in the American curriculum in high school, we're looking at a GPA of 3.0 out of 4. However, do be aware that there are additional requirements for specific programs as well. And if you happen to take any of your AP subjects, we will grant you transfer credits for any subjects with grades of 4 or higher. For the British curriculum, if you're currently in the British high school curriculum, we're looking at your A-level subjects with 2 grades of C or better. Or if you're doing AS levels, we're looking for 4 grades with C or better. And for A levels, we also do grant transfer credits if you have a minimum grade of C or better. And if you happen to be in the IB diploma program, we're looking for a minimum of 26 points for admission to Trent University. And again, depending on your program, you may need to have more points than just 26 points, and you may need to also have subject prerequisites. And for any of the higher level courses, we do ask for students to have a minimum grade of 5 or higher to be able to qualify for transfer credits. Now, what do you need to apply to Trent University? For our ESL, undergraduate, and postgraduate certificate programs, there are 2 ways for you to apply to Trent. You could apply directly to Trent for $90 Canadian dollars, or you could use the Centralized Ontario University's Application Center to apply to Trent. So the choice is up to you. Now, I want you to also keep in mind the different deadlines that are there. For September, we do ask that students apply by June 1st at the latest. However, my personal recommendation is for you to apply by January, by the end of January, just because it will give you sufficient time to also apply for your study permit as well. For the rest of the intakes, the deadlines are also there as well. We're still accepting applications for January 2021, and we have recently extended the deadline from November 1st to November 9th to be able to allow students who are interested in starting this September to have an additional week to apply. Finances, scholarships, and bursaries. You're probably also wondering, how much does it cost to study at Trent University? In our Trent ESL program, the cost would range depending on your option. Are you studying on campus, or are you studying in Ontario, or are you studying outside of Ontario? In addition to that, the cost would also range according to the levels that you're in. So for example, if you're in Core 1 to Core 3, so levels 1, 2, 3, the price would range from anywhere between $5,400 to $6,700. Whereas if you're in level 5, which is Foundations 2, the price would range from anywhere between $4,500 to $5,800. So the price of the ESL fees are only for 1 term. So for each term, you will have to pay according to the level that you're in. For the undergraduate programs as well as the postgraduate certificates, you can follow this schedule right here. Tuition is $22,454 for the current academic year, making the tuition at Trent University one of the lowest tuition amongst all public universities in Ontario. For ancillary fees, it would include your health insurance, and other student fees such as library fees, bus pass, athletics fees, and more. We also ask students to budget anywhere between $9,000 to $14,000 for 1 year for your cost of living. For books and supplies, we ask students to budget $1,000. And for personal expenses, for example, if you want to have a cell phone, we ask students to have anywhere between $1,500 to $2,000 for the year. So all in all, you're looking at anywhere between $36,000 to $42,000 per year to study at Trent University. Now, remember how I mentioned that Trent University is #1 in Canada for scholarships and bursaries in our category? When you apply to Trent for our bachelor's program, you are automatically considered for an entrance scholarship. So depending on your grade, you could receive anywhere between $1,000 to $3,000 in entrance scholarship. And this is applicable for your first year of studies. And on top of that, I would love for you to also consider applying for our Trent International Scholarships and Awards. And these scholarships are awarded to students who demonstrate outstanding academic achievement, community service involvement, leadership potential, as well as financial need. And when you apply for the scholarships, you could receive anywhere between $2,000 to $25,000 per year. And if you look back, let me go back to the slides on how much does it cost. Tuition and ancillary fees, if you were to add that up, that is approximately $25,000. And that is what the Global Citizen Scholarship, the Trent International Tuition Levy Scholarship, and the United World College Scholarship could cover. So you imagine you could receive full tuition scholarship from Trent University, and all you have to do is to pay for your own personal expenses and your cost of living while you're here at Trent. And that also means that you're getting $100,000 over 4 years. Now, I do want you to keep in mind that February 15th is the deadline for you to apply for the scholarships for the September intake, and the following scholarships listed here are only applicable for students who are starting in September. And for more information about our scholarships, please visit trentu.ca/intl/scholarships. We are here to support you in your journey to start your studies at Trent and all the way till you graduate, even before you come to Trent. We have global ambassadors who are upper year students who would connect with you to help you transition to Trent. We also have an international student advisor who's able to provide both academic and immigration advising. We also have a study abroad advisor. We have the Trent International Office, which is my office, and it's a one-stop shop for international students to come and get any of the questions answered. We also support international students by providing job subsidy to other departments on campus to hire international students as well. We have a career space office, and I talked about that a little bit in previous slides. And we also have a wellness center because your wellness is important to us. We have a clinic that you could go to. We have a counseling center, and we also have a student accessibility office as well. And we also do offer our very own international wellness advisor that international students could go to for advice or even as someone to speak to. So I would love to invite you to continue this connection and journey with me by joining us for our virtual events. You could check out our virtual open house that's happening on November 7th, so this Saturday, from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Ontario time. Come and join us to discover Trent University, to speak with current students, to learn about application tips, to apply for scholarships, to also chat with our admission officers. It is a great event for you to also sit in on sample lectures by professors and information sessions. So again, the open house event is happening on November 7th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Ontario time. We also do offer virtual campus tours. We also offer webinars that you could attend and more. And all of this information can be found at trentu.ca/virtual. And there are also additional ways that you could connect with us. You could email us, call us. You could also connect with us on Facebook or on Instagram as well. And with that, I would like to thank you once again for joining me on this presentation, and let's move on to check out the questions that you have for me. Okay, so I see that we have a range of questions. Great. And the first question is, do we have any dual degree programs with Turkish university? And we do not have any dual degree programs with any Turkish university. However, if you are currently studying in a university in Turkey and you would like to transfer to Trent for your bachelor's program, we do accept transfer students. And our policy is that in general, we will transfer 1-to-1. So if you're in a university in Turkey, we would transfer that course over to Trent so that you would begin in upper year and you wouldn't begin in just year one itself. So for more information about our admissions process, you could also check out trentu.ca/intl/apply apply to get information on how to transfer to Trent University. Okay, so the second one is, do we have any programs in film, media, digital media, etc.? And the answer is yes. At Trent University, we have a degree in media studies. We also offer a specialization in film and theater studies. So if you're interested in learning more about those programs, I do encourage you to check out trentu.ca/international and check out our programs as well so that you can find out more. And what I'll do is I'll add the link right now in terms of all of the places that you could check out for answers. So trentu.ca/international is where you could start to check out our undergraduate programs, or also information on how to apply, how much it would cost, and also scholarships. So I've added that link to the chat. The next question is, which program or programs are most popular for international students who would like to build a career in Canada? You know what, honestly, there are so many popular programs, but what I would say is for you to pick a program that you're most interested in for your career, because you don't want to be stuck studying in a program that you're not interested in and you're going to not enjoy it. So in Canada, or at Trent University, I can tell you that some of the more popular programs with international students would include business, where students could do a general Bachelor of Business Administration, or they could also specialize in multiple areas, or students may also want to study computer science is one of our more popular programs, biomedical science or biology with a specialization in health sciences. That's also very popular with international students. Environmental science and studies is also popular, especially with climate change and the importance of conserving our environment as well and preventing the earth from deteriorating further. What are some of the steps that we could do? So environmental science and studies are also popular. In addition to that, some other popular programs would include psychology, or even our economics programs, information systems, data analytics, financial analytics are also very popular with international students. I hope that helps. Okay, the next one is, how many Turkish students do you have in total? Well, I do not have the number on top of my head. I can tell you that we do have students from Turkey at all different levels of study, whether it's in our bachelor's program or our graduate programs as well. And the next question is, what programs or which programs, okay, do you offer for a psychology student who would like to build an academic career in Canada? For students who are thinking of working in university to become a professor or a lecturer, students typically have to do their master's and then their PhD. And at Trent University, we do offer a master's in psychology, where you're able to gain further education in psychology as well to be able to teach psychology down the line. Do we offer ESL or intensive English programs? Yes, we do. And I hope that you were able to catch the information that I covered earlier in the presentation. If not, what I'm going to do is I will add a link for our Trent ESL program here. And I strongly encourage you to connect with me after this so that I can tell you more about our Trent ESL program as well. The next question that we have is it possible to transfer from a Turkish university to Trent. So 3-year to Trent, and how does it work? So in general, for Trent University, we're able to transfer up to a maximum of 2 years worth of transfer credits to Trent, because you will still need to get at least half of your degree from Trent University. So imagine for a 4-year bachelor's degree, if you transfer 2 years, all you need will be an additional of 2 years of studies at Trent University. So the answer is yes. And our credit calculation is 1-for-1. Typically, if you have a grade of C in your university in Turkey, you can then transfer that credit over to Trent. And which programs are suitable for an English language teaching student? You would like to make a career in Canada. Well, you may also be interested in studying in our Master of Education program, because with that, you could also look at English as a second language for learners. And what are some of the skills that are needed for children compared to adults? You could do a comparative study, where there's so many different avenues that you could also look at if you're thinking about doing your Master's in Education. So I would recommend for you to consider our Master of Education. And the next question is, do we offer an MBA, and what are the course fees and scholarships? At Trent University, we don't offer a Master of Business Administration, but what we do offer is a Master in Management. So if you think about it, the Master in Management is applicable for all sectors, because even if you're in the health sector or if you're in engineering, you still need managers. And so a Master of Management is something that we offer at Trent, and it also has 1 full term of work integrated term, which would allow you to work with a company in the Greater Toronto area to gain that Canadian experience as well. So with our Masters in Management, the fees would cost approximately $40,000 for the 2 years, so for 16 months, and there are no scholarships for that program. The next one is, you're looking for scholarships for Canadian citizens. And yes, Trent University also offers very generous scholarships for international students. So in my presentation, I highlighted scholarships for international students, but there are also a range of scholarships that domestic students or Canadian students can apply for. And we encourage you to apply for them. For a Canadian student, it's called the prestigious scholarships. So please check out our website for more information on the scholarships, because we are here to support you in your journey to study at Trent. Okay, the next one is for our IELTS program, when should it start? And so for us, we do not administer the IELTS program. However, we do have our own English program, the Trent ESL program. You could start in January or April or June or September. There are 4 intakes for you to choose from. And to apply, you could visit our website at www.trentu.ca/intl/apply. So to apply, I'm going to add the link as well in the chat so that you can all check out the link to apply to Trent University. Okay, the next question that we have is about okay, you're interested in getting details about, I'm not sure what MPRE is. If you could clarify that, that would help me out a little bit. But for details about payment.
Probably it's more.
I'm sorry?
Probably she says more.
Oh, more details. Okay, thank you. So more details about payment. Okay, so at Trent University, we do ask for students to pay a tuition deposit before they start at Trent to secure their spot. We ask for a $500 tuition deposit. And in terms of paying, there are multiple ways that you could pay. A lot of students tend to pay through Flywire, which they pay through their bank or their credit card, and then they'll pass over to Trent University. Or some students who have family members here in Canada, they may ask their family members to pay on their behalf, and they'll transfer the money over to their family members. But we have a whole entire web page for payments that I'm also happy to chat with all of you. And to apply for visa, we ask that students connect with Immigration Canada in their home country to get the details for it. So for payment of tuition, we ask for a $500 tuition deposit, and then you can pay your fees per term. You don't have to pay everything all up front. And then for immigration, to apply for your study permit and visa, I ask that you connect with your local Immigration Canada to get all the details that you need. And the next question is, do we have a program about translation and interpreting studies? So at Trent University, we don't have such a program. The closest program that I can think of for you would be our option in linguistic studies, as well as if you're interested in learning a different language. We also do offer French as a major that you could do at Trent University. When I went to Trent, I took Spanish courses because I wanted to learn Spanish. And so you could always learn a different language, learn about linguistics to understand the structure of different languages and the origins of languages as well. And if you want to go into translation and interpretive studies from there, you could also do that. And the next question is, are Trent University's acceptance conditions more difficult if we compare with a college? In general, in Canada, colleges and universities have different admission requirements. So I'm not going to say that one is harder than the other. It depends, because there are also college programs that are very competitive, and those are hard to get in as well. So I would say that our requirements are different. And the next one is, do you have a work permit while studying or after you graduate? Good news for you. While you are studying in Canada on a study permit, you will be eligible to also work part-time. So students could work up to 20 hours while they're studying, or during breaks or during holidays, they could work up to 40 hours. So as long as you maintain a full-time student status in Canada, you're able to work while you're studying. Now, if after you graduate, and if you're thinking that you will want to stay back in Canada to work, you're also able to apply for a postgraduate work permit. And that's one of the great things about studying in Canada, which is that postgraduate work permit that would allow you to stay in Canada to work. And for students who have a long-term plan to immigrate to Canada, you could then work your way towards getting your permanent residence as well. And the next question is, what are the career opportunities for international students after graduating? Oh, there's so many options for you. So for example, there are students who work in biotech companies. For example, so I know of a friend of mine who went on and she's working for a biotech company in US right now. I also know of students who are working in public health, international students who come to Canada or to Trent University to study nursing, and they're now working in public health up in Ottawa area. I also know of students who are working in business organizations. For example, there is an international student who's now working for the Chartered Professional Accountant organization in Toronto itself. We also have students working in NGOs. For example, we have a new Canadian center here in Peterborough, where a lot of international students have ended up getting jobs there as well. We also have international students who are lecturers and professors working in a number of institutions across Canada. So there are so many different job opportunities for you as an international student after you graduate in Canada. And one of the good things that Trent University does is to prepare you for your workforce. And remember when I mentioned that all students are guaranteed an experiential learning experience? The reason why we encourage students to gain that hands-on experience while they're studying is that when you graduate, you have that work-related experience that would put you at a very competitive age to get a job. So please do take advantage of that. And I don't see any more questions, but if you do have any further questions, let me share some of the ways that you can connect with us. You could always email us at international@trent.ca. So please email us and we'll be happy to help you. You could also connect with us on Facebook, which is Trent U International, Facebook or Instagram. You could look us up there. You could send us a message. We're also happy to help. Okay. And with that, I want to thank all of you once again for joining me today. You've been such great audiences, and I look forward to hearing from you.
Jessica, thank you very much. You covered all questions because we received many questions and you covered all of them. Thank you very much again for sharing also the contact details so they can reach you for the further questions. And it was a good webinar session, and thank you very much for the great presentation and all details you provided. Is there anything you would like to add before we say goodbye?
Yes, I would love to invite all of you again for our open house happening this Saturday. It's a great way for you to discover Trent University from the undergraduate level all the way to the graduate level too. So come and check us out at our open house. And the link for that is trentu.ca/open house. So thank you once again, and I'll be at the open house, so I hope to see you there. Thank you, Burslar.
That's great. Thank you very much again. So I wish you a good day.
Thank you, and have a good day too for all of you there.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.